Hi and welcome back to Love English. Today's lesson is particularly important to me because it is something that drives me crazy. And actually, it's not you guys that are to blame. But did you know that in fact many native speakers of English, American, British English, Australian English, in fact their grammar is pretty shocking. In fact, it's likely that these grammar mistakes I explain to you would already know, and you probably don't make them. These are grammar mistakes that native speakers make. These are grammar mistakes that I will see my friends, my family, not my colleagues because they're all teachers, but I will often see these grammar mistakes while I'm scrolling through Facebook or on Instagram or even in WhatsApp messages from friends. It drives me crazy. And the worst thing is, I'm not supposed to correct people. Should I correct people on their grammar? Should I be correcting English native speakers? It drives me crazy. It makes me want to. Yeah, it's that bad. So in today's lesson, I'm going to share the top 10 most common grammar mistakes that native speakers make. Yes, native speakers get these things wrong frequently. And I don't believe they are typos, typing mistakes. These are mistakes that natives make because they just haven't got a clue about grammar. In fact, I would say that non-native speakers, people that have learned English from the beginning, that have learned the grammatical structures and the rules, probably have a better grasp of the English rules than native speakers. So you guys are amazing. Today's lesson, watch it, enjoy it, and then if you've got any native English friends, make sure you correct their English. Let's get started. The 10 most common grammar mistakes made by native speakers that make English language teachers crazy. Right, guys, here we go. Starting with number 10, I'm going to work my way up to the number 1 most common grammar mistake that I find the most infuriating. I mean, I'm not just crazy, I'm furious. I'm just livid with anger when I see this mistake made. So, number 10, let's get started. I was sat. I was sat. Now, for those of you that have studied the past continuous, you'll know this doesn't make a lot of sense grammatically. I was sat on a bench when the phone rang. You know that it should be I was sitting. So the verb to be was or were if you've got a plural noun, and of course the verb in the ing form, okay, the present participle, so sitting in this case. Now let me be fair. This is actually acceptable in spoken English. So in spoken English, I'll let you get away with it. But in written English, this really does look very bad, particularly if it's in an email or even a text message. It drives me crazy. So you don't want to say I was sat. It should be I was sitting. So that was number 10. Not I was sat, but I was sitting. Number 9. Overuse of reflective pronouns. What is a reflective pronoun, I hear you ask? Me, myself, you, yourself, they, themselves, she, herself, he, himself. So essentially a reflective pronoun is when the subject and the object are the same. So I like myself. Nothing wrong with that. I do. I like myself. But we would use myself because it is reflecting. If you play with that knife, you'll hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. So there it's you hurting yourself. You do the action to yourself. There we go. So it's a reflective pronoun. However, what I often hear is people overusing the reflective pronoun because they think they sound more intelligent. Timothy and myself went to the theatre. Timothy and myself had a lovely evening at the restaurant. What is wrong with a normal pronoun? Timothy and I. I'm using Timothy because it sounds a little bit posh for an English name. So instead of saying Timothy and myself had a lovely evening in the restaurant, you would say Timothy and I. Timothy and I. You need a subject pronoun, I, not me. We're coming to that in a minute. So Timothy and I had a lovely evening in the restaurant, wherever you were. So don't overuse the reflective pronoun. It doesn't make you sound more intelligent. It makes you look a bit stupid, especially to an English teacher. Okay, number 8. And again, this is often spoken, but because of that, you'll also find that people make the mistakes when they're writing. You're shopping, you're with a friend. I really want them jeans. I want them. I want them jeans. Now, them, obviously, is the object pronoun. So they would be the subject pronoun, them would be the object pronoun. But what you should be saying is, I want those. Those is the plural form of that. Okay, we usually use it when it's at a distance. So these would be close by, but those would be further away. So I really want those jeans. You wouldn't say, I really want them jeans. Really simple, really basic. Do not use the object pronoun them. Use the plural form of that. That, those, this, these. It's not difficult. So number 7, and this is a bit harsh of me. It's a little bit hard. I'm being a bit mean here. To and two. Now, sometimes this is a typing mistake. However, when the same person keeps typing the same mistake, you kind of wonder whether they paid attention in English class. So if somebody says, I wanted to go to, in this case, it should be T-double-O, meaning also. To can be used to mean also and also to mean too much. I ate too much. So it's not I wanted to go to, but it's I wanted to go to. If you have I wanted to go to, the preposition, it's referring to some kind of movement. You need to put an object. I wanted to go to the shops. I wanted to go too, meaning I also wanted to go. So, 2 and 2, typo or didn't pay attention in English class? Number 6, me versus I. This is such a simple one. If you hear me say, Sabrah and I would like to thank you for your support and for subscribing to the channel, this would be correct. If you hear me say, Sabrah and me would like to thank you for subscribing to the channel, then this would be incorrect. Me is an object, I is a subject. Now, polite English suggests that you should put the other person's name first. That's why Sabrah and I. But Sabrah and me would probably come at the end of the sentence. Thank you for being so kind to Sabrah and me. There we are. That's correct. Me, because I am the object in that sentence. Sabrah and I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you. I cannot say me would like to thank you. I sound like a caveman if that's how I speak. So pay attention, make sure that you use that correctly. Sabrah and I coming at the beginning of the sentence, referring to the subject of the sentence, but Sabrah and me coming normally at the end of the sentence, referring to the objects. Simple? I think so. Number 5, possessive pronouns. I don't want to get into too much grammar. This is people adding apostrophes where they don't need to be. So we've got mine, that is a possessive pronoun. Yours, hers, theirs, ours, his. Okay, his doesn't count because you don't have the extra S, but you get the idea. If people say it's yours, and if they type it and they add the apostrophe, really, really wrong. Okay, this is not correct. You don't need to add the apostrophe here. You need to add the apostrophe where basically you have a name. So for example, Sabrah's coat or the girl's coat. Now, be careful because when you have a plural noun like girls or boys, and you want to refer to more than one, Okay, so the girls' bags. Then you need that apostrophe to be. That's right, it comes after the S. So before the S with a plural noun is indicating that it's one girl or one boy or one cat, whatever it is, but after implies more than one. We don't know exactly how many, 2, 3, 100. It doesn't matter. It's referring to more than one. So the cat's dinner. The cat's dinner. Lots of cats. The cat's dinner. One cat. That's it. Simple. Number 4, it's or its. Okay, it's that simple. It's that simple. Where does the apostrophe go? So in this case, it is. Okay, it's lovely out today, meaning the weather is lovely. But it's is referring to possessive. So strangely, in this case, adding the S, you do not want to add the apostrophe. You do not want to use this in the possessive sense. It's is possessive, okay? So for example, if we refer to a cat as it, okay? So we don't necessarily have to refer to the cat by their name. We can refer to it. So its dinner, the cat's dinner. Where's its dinner? In this case, no apostrophe. It is possessive. That's right. Where's the cat's dinner? It's in the garden. I don't know why it would be in the garden, but it's in the garden. So there we have it. It's with an apostrophe. It is without is possessive. Number 3, we're nearly there, but these top 3 ones are really infuriating. So when I see this mistake, whether it's on social media, whether it's in a text message, I really do want to correct people. I don't care if they're native or they're non-native. There is no reason to make this mistake. Number 3, your. Okay, we have 2 choices here. You can either have your, you are, you're so beautiful. You're so kind, you're so sweet to have subscribed to our channel. But your is possessive. Your bag, your hat, your house, your husband. It's referring to the thing that belongs to you. It is that simple. It's not more complex than that. And of course, there are sometimes going to be typing mistakes. Sometimes predictive text does weird and wonderful things. Check your message before you send it, and especially if you're sending it to me. Your, you are, your belongs to. That's it. It's easy. Number 2, similarly, homophones, they sound the same, but their meaning and spelling is different. There, and there. There is indicating a place, a direction. Where are your sunglasses? They are over there. There is referring to possession. Again, like your, it's their bag. It belongs to them. It is a possessive adjective. Their bags. Their keys. And then we have there. They are. They're going out. They're at the cinema. They are. Nice and easy, not too difficult, no reason to make those mistakes. And to be honest, I haven't even noticed that with those ones, it can't be a typing mistake. It's not a typo. If you get it wrong, it's because you are not paying attention to what you're writing. So just look. Next time you're texting, don't watch the TV. See what you're doing. Don't make me crazy. Right, number 1. I don't know why I'm smiling. It's a nervous smile. Number 1 really makes me do this. That's right, because it is such a terrible grammar mistake. It's a mistake that is made because of the contraction. Because when we pronounce these words as they come out, it does sound like should of, could of, would of. But it doesn't exist. None of these structures exist in English. You don't say would of. It is have, okay? So when we're speaking, we could say, I would have gone to the shops if I'd had time. I could have helped you if you told me what was wrong. I should have asked him. I might have helped. There you can see that we use have. It's contracted when we speak because it sounds more natural, it sounds more fluent. That's absolutely correct. As you speak, it sounds like this. But for native speakers who haven't studied third conditional, I'm not going to get into the grammar now, but if you are a language student, then you know what third conditional is. Then they wouldn't know the difference. And there you have it. Those are the 10 mistakes that make me scream, that drive me crazy. So why don't you comment below, have you come across any other very simple, common grammar mistakes that people often make? I would love to know. Comment below and let me know. I like how that rhymes. Thank you so much for watching, and please check your spelling and your autocorrect on your phone when you are texting or sharing on social media. Don't make me crazy. You don't want me looking like this in the next lesson.